Imagine a standard industrial robot on an assembly line, a mechanical claw, thick cables, hydraulics. You look at it and feel absolutely nothing, except maybe mild boredom. Now imagine a toy robotic dog or a cute round droid from a sci-fi movie. They immediately trigger warmth and affection. You want to pat them on the head. Your brain instantly categorizes them as adorable and completely harmless. But what if I show you an android with skin made of medical-grade silicone, real human hair and glass eyes staring directly into yours? What if its face attempts a smile, but its micro muscles twitch with a tiny, unnatural delay? In that exact moment, a cold shiver runs down your spine. Your heart rate slightly accelerates. An instinctive, deep-seated revulsion takes over, accompanied by a wave of inexplicable anxiety. You feel an overwhelming urge to look away. Welcome. You've just fallen to the very bottom of the Uncanny Valley. The term Uncanny Valley was coined back in 1970 by Japanese robotics professor Masahiro Mori. He discovered a strange, paradoxical pattern. As a robot becomes more human-like, our sense of affinity toward it increases. That seems logical enough, but there is a tipping point. When likeness reaches roughly 90%, when an object looks almost human but not quite perfect, our empathy doesn't just plateau. It plummets off a cliff into a deep mathematical valley on the graph. We stop seeing a cute robot with human traits. Instead, our brain perceives a human being with something fundamentally and terrifyingly wrong. Comfort vanishes, replaced by primal panic. But why? Why did evolution hardwire this primal terror into our biology millions of years before we ever invented microchips? The answer lies in our dark, ancestral past. Evolutionary anthropologists and cognitive scientists highlight three primary theories behind this phenomenon. The first, and perhaps most chilling, is pathogen avoidance. Throughout human history, survival depended on our ability to spot sick group members instantly. Pale or yellowish skin, unblinking eyes, asymmetrical facial movements, and jerky, lethargic motion. In the wild, these were screaming alarms. They signaled severe infection, deadly disease, or worse, a decaying corpse. Rigor mortis and the fading of life look precisely like this. When an android moves unnaturally, your limbic system sounds the alarm, screaming, "Get away! It's contagious! It's a corpse!" We experience physical disgust purely as a mechanism to stay alive. The second theory centers on sexual selection and mate choice. Evolution is ruthless. It demands that we seek out partners with the best genetic material to pass on our lineage. We subconsciously scan human faces for symmetry, a healthy complexion, and subtle, natural micro-expressions because these are reliable markers of reproductive health. A humanoid robot or a poorly rendered CGI character fails this genetic inspection miserably. Its skin appears waxy and the synchronization between its eyes and mouth is broken. Your brain doesn't register this as imperfect technology. It registers it as a catastrophic genetic defect. Your mating instincts are instantly blocked by a wave of profound anxiety, protecting the gene pool from harm. The third theory is categorization anxiety. The human brain is an elite pattern recognition machine. To navigate a dangerous world, it sorts everything into neat mental folders within milliseconds. That's a tree, that's a predator, that's a living human, that's a rock. But a near-perfect robot brutally shatters this system. Your brain looks at it and simply cannot make a decision. Is it a living human? The eyes look dead. Is it a plastic machine? It looks just like us. This creates severe cognitive dissonance. The neural networks responsible for object classification clash violently. Your brain effectively freezes, and this internal system crash manifests as physical discomfort. Whatever we cannot cleanly classify poses an unpredictable existential threat. These aren't just clever theories. Neuroscience backs them up with hard evidence. When subjects are placed in fMRI machines and shown faces from the Uncanny Valley, researchers record a sharp, anomalous surge in the amygdala, the brain's ancient threat detection center. At the same time, the fusiform face area, responsible for processing facial features, goes into overdrive, desperately trying to decode the glitching signals. Your brain is literally screaming danger at the deepest neurobiological level. What is most striking about this effect is its cross-cultural universality. It doesn't matter whether you grew up in high-tech Tokyo or a remote village in the Amazon rainforest. The reaction is identical. In fact, studies on primates reveal that macaque monkeys also experience the Uncanny Valley, reacting with fear when presented with realistic but slightly distorted computer-generated monkey faces. It is a deeply ingrained animal instinct, designed to keep us alive. This is precisely why modern design looks the way it does. The brilliant engineers at Boston Dynamics and the master animators at Pixar understand this biological trap all too well. They know that trying to create a 100% realistic human and missing by just 1% results in a horror movie monster that will alienate audiences and terrify consumers. That is why future assistant robots and beloved animated characters are intentionally stylized. They remain cartoonish with oversized eyes, expressive faces, or distinctly mechanical joints. Designers deliberately keep them on the safe, brightly lit side of the Uncanny Valley, where our ancient brain feels genuine affection instead of primal horror. And this isn't just a problem for physical hardware and mechanical engineers. Today, the Uncanny Valley has migrated directly onto our screens. As artificial intelligence advances, photorealistic deepfakes and digital avatars have brought this ancient psychological trap into the virtual world. Think about the last time you saw an AI-generated human talking in a video. Even if the skin texture looks flawless and the lighting is rendered to perfection, something deep inside your brain whispers that something is off. Maybe the eyes don't dilate naturally with emotion. Maybe the breathing pattern feels subtly mechanical. We are witnessing an intense battle between advanced rendering algorithms and millions of years of evolutionary vision. And so far, our evolutionary biology is still winning the detection game. Beyond biology, there is a profound philosophical terror at play here. When a synthetic human mimics us with 99% accuracy, it acts as a distorted mirror. For centuries, humanity operated under the assumption that our subtle facial expressions, empathy, and social gestures were sacred, uniquely human traits. But when a machine replicates them almost perfectly, it forces us to confront a terrifying question: what actually makes us special? It threatens our fundamental sense of identity, triggering a deep existential dread. It is no longer just the primal fear of a diseased imposter. It is the philosophical fear that we ourselves might just be complex biological machines. So, will we ever truly bridge this gap? Will future generations grow so accustomed to lifelike AI that the uncanny valley simply disappears? Some cognitive scientists suggest that habituation might soften the effect over time. Children raised alongside conversational avatars and realistic virtual humans might develop a higher neurological tolerance for near-human entities. Yet, because this reaction is hardwired into our neural threat architecture, specifically the amygdala and face processing pathways, it is unlikely to vanish entirely. It is not a temporary cultural trend, it is a permanent biological security system. Designers will always face a fundamental choice: fight human evolution with raw computing power or respect it through intentional, stylized design. In the end, the Uncanny Valley isn't really a story about robots, AI, or technology. It is a testament to the incredible sophistication of the human mind and the delicate beauty of genuine connection. Our instinctive fear of almost human machines is actually a hidden tribute to how deeply we cherish real humanity, our subtle flaws, our warmth, and our unmistakable spark of life.